All right, I believe we are on. Life is good. Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to Mr. Salt and Mr. Cranbill's Advanced Algebra with Financial Applications. We are working on Unit 3, Automobile Ownership, Lesson 5, Driving Data, Day 2, which is really going to be Thursday and Friday, right? Day 2 is the way I've got these things worked out right now. You do Day 1 on Monday, Tuesday, Day 2 on Thursday, Friday, and then that's it, 2 assignments per week. All right, we got these 2 learning targets. Remember those 2 learning targets? One is I can write, interpret, and use the distance formula. That's distance equals the rate of speed times the time in hours, right? Speed, the rate in miles per hour times the time in hours. And we do a lot of manipulations with that. The second learning target is I can use the formula for the relationship between distance and fuel economy and gas usage. All right, so we're doing all those things with okay, someone drives, 300 miles, they drive at 62 miles an hour. How long did it take them? You'll use that distance formula. A situation where someone drives 75 miles per hour for 10 hours. What distance did they travel, right? You use that distance formula. Someone drove for 3 hours and they got 650 miles. What was their rate of speed? These kind of things. So it's just distance driven equals the rate times the time, and you'll be given 2 pieces of that information, and you'll be solving for the other piece. Then there's that using the formula for the relationship between distance, fuel economy, and gas usage. So there's this idea that if your car can drive, say, 20 miles per gallon, what does that mean? It means that on 1 gallon of gasoline, your car can travel 20 miles. So if you have a 10-gallon tank, well, 20 miles per gallon, 10 gallons, that's going to be 20 times 10, 200 miles your car can go on 1 tank of gas. And you'll be using that kind of formula and for those kind of questions. And then there's these converting kilometers to miles, and converting liters to gallons, and converting currency exchanges. So you just got to think carefully through those. Usually you'll be given a percentage you'll be given a conversion factor. You'll have to kind of puzzle that one out. Ask me if you need help on those. Put your name in there, put your learning targets over here. Apparently only 5 people answered the question last time of what would you prefer to learn next? And 3 people chose independent living. So that's where I'm going. I'm going forward with independent living, probably closing out our last 4 weeks of the year here. So if we're lucky, we might get to do some personal budgeting at the very end of June, but it'll probably be independent living at least for all of May and part of June. So I need to find out, are you more interested in buying a house, renting an apartment, or both? So as I'm thinking about, what to teach for independent living, are you guys mostly interested in buying a house after you graduate high school? Are you more interested in maybe renting an apartment, or maybe both? You want to learn about both. If everyone's interested in renting an apartment and no one's interested in buying a house, then I'll skip the buying the house stuff. If we got a mix of both, then I'll teach both. And if we got most people want to buy a house and nobody's really interested in renting an apartment, we'll do the house thing. Up to you. All right. Let me talk about maybe 2 or like one, a couple of these, just to kind of give you an idea of where to get started. Damien travels for 3 hours on the freeway. His average speed is 55 miles per hour. How far does he travel? Okay, this is that distance equals the rate of speed times time in hours. Okay? So he traveled for 3 hours. 3 hours. So I'm going to put a 3 in for time hours in my formula. All right, his average speed is 55 miles per hour. I'm going to put 55 in my formula. And now I break out my calculator and find out whatever 55 times 3 is. It's going to be something along the nearly 165 maybe. Don't trust my mental math on that one. Go ahead, grab out a calculator. I feel like this is another one of the distance formula problems. Here's a tank of gas question. Andre's SUV has a 17-gallon gas tank. The SUV gets an estimated 24 miles per gallon. Approximately how far can the SUV run on a half tank of gasoline? Okay, so it's gonna be distance. I'll call this range. Range distance. Range means how far can the car travel on a particular amount of gasoline? Mileage goes in here. That's kind of like the rate, the miles per gallon now instead of miles per hour. Mileage times gallons. All right, gallons is like time. So it's a very similar formula to what we have over here, where it's distance times rate times time in hours. Now it's range distance equals the mileage times the gallons. So it's a 17-gallon gas tank. Oh, that means I can put a 17 in for gallons, can't I? 17 gallons. The SUV gets 24 miles per gallon. Oh, that's the mileage. This car can travel 24 miles per gallon. How far can it run? What's the range of this vehicle? On half a tank? On half a tank means I need the range distance divided by 2. All right, I'll need to solve for that. I'll need to do 24 times 17, and then I will need to find out what half of that is. Half of that range is. Okay. I think that's more gasoline questions, more gas. I'm looking for a conversion one now. Here we go. Oh, no, that's going to be just in liters. That's just in liters. Just looking for one of those conversion ones, because I feel like that's a good way to summarize what we've learned here. I'll talk about this maybe. Complete the chart entry for A. Let me start with the first one. Okay, we have number of gallons purchased. All right, this is a table. This person purchased 10 gallons at $3.99 a gallon. What's their total gas cost? Well, if they purchased 10 gallons and each gallon costs $3.99, then I'm going to take 10 times $3.99 and find out what that equals and put that in for A, right? I'll do similar thing. Oh, and then it's going to ask me complete the chart for G. Okay, I'm going to get a number over here, so I need to figure out what that number is. Well, it's going to be $39.90, right? Let's confirm so my mental math is not off. Oh, no, I said $39.90. Let's see if my mental math is doing all right here. Okay. Move the Zoom stuff over there. I got in my way. Okay, my calculator's cleared. 10 gallons times $3.99 per gallon. Gives me, $39.90. Good. Oh, and then it says number of people in the carpool. A carpool is when you share a ride with somebody else. All right, and it says cost of gas per gallon. Well, I'm going to divide that by 4, right? If a carpool is when you share a ride with somebody else, if everyone's sharing the gas cost, then each of the 4 people will pay $9.96. $9.96. That's how you answer these kinds of questions. You find out how much it costs for everybody to, first you find out total gas cost, and then you divide it by how many people there are in the carpool. That way they're sharing a ride. They don't have to pay as much money. Okay, so that's all. I think you guys can handle all that. Let me do one of these, all right? What is the equivalent to the US denomination in Canadian dollars for A? And I'm giving you the conversion rate right up here. All right, 1 US dollar equals 1.23 Canadian dollars, and 1 US dollar equals 0.83 euro. All right, for A. So I got to convert US dollars to Canadian. Okay, this is going to be pretty easy because the denomination here is in US dollars. If I want to convert it to Canadian dollars, I know that 1 US dollar is worth 1.23 Canadian dollars, right? That's what the conversion rate is. I know that 2 US dollars would be twice that, right? 2 US dollars would be twice that. So $1.23 in Canadian times 2, I know that 2 US dollars would be the same as $2.46 in Canadian. I know that 3 US dollars would be 3 times that. So see how this kind of goes? You got to puzzle these out, think very carefully. Like, okay, that means that 3 US dollars would be equivalent to $3.69 in Canadian dollars. So what's 380? I'm just going to multiply it by the conversion factor. Here's $3.80 in US currency. I have the conversion rate, which is $1. 1 US dollar equals 1.23 Canadian dollars. So I multiply it by 1.23. 23, and I found out the Canadian equivalent. For the euro, right? I'm gonna, oh, this is G. No, I don't want to do G. G is down here. I'm gonna skip that. I want to do a euro. I want to do a euro. There we go. Here's an E. Aha. Let me do this euro one. So what is the equivalent US dollar denomination for euros? E. All right, so I have 20 US dollars. I know that 1 US dollar equals 0.83 euros. All right, well, let me think about that. That mean $20. I'm sorry, let me start with one. Start with 1 US dollar. 1 US dollar, to get 0.83, I would multiply by 0.83. All right, that's gonna give me 0.83. Well, then 2 US dollars would have to be 2 times 0.83. And that's gonna give me that'd be 1.66 euros. Kind of feel how that goes, which means that 20 US dollars, I'm gonna have to multiply by 0.83. So start with like $1 and see if you can get a reasonable conversion going on there. Use the conversion, because you'll have to, basically with the conversion, you're either gonna have to multiply the conversion number or divide by the conversion number, depending on which way you're going. All right, and to figure out which way you're going, start with $1 and then multiply it and see if it gives you the result you're looking for, and then keep going there. That's the way you always keep it straight which way, whether you're multiplying or dividing. So 20 US dollars would be 16.6 euros. Okay, I think I'm going to stop there because I think that covers everything other than we didn't do gallons and stuff, but I think that's all right. I'm going to stop the recording here. It's day 2. We'll be doing this Thursday and Friday. Have any questions? Make sure you ask us in the chat or come on mic or something. Let us know how's it going for you. So I'm going to stop this recording.